I'm Melissa. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. My name is Aisha. Nice to meet you.
How are you, Aisha? Nice to meet you
I'm
too.
I'm fine. I like your background.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's so creative.
Thank you. You can do it too. If you just go to your settings and you go to virtual backgrounds, you can change your background too.
Oh, really? Okay. I will try it next time.
Yeah, play around with it. It's actually really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is the first time that I've seen you. So, how are you? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh yeah. Yes, it's my first time. I will say. Yeah. I just joined this week.
Hmm.
So I just got back to Taiwan. I'm a flight attendant, and I was based in Hong Kong. Because during the pandemic, I don't have many flights, so I decided to go back to Taiwan and probably like look for other job opportunities.
Yeah. No, that's not a bad idea.
And I have 10 more days to go to finish my quarantine in Taiwan.
Oh, okay. So hopefully the time goes by fast because I know it can be kind of like boring being home all day.
Yeah, actually, I prefer lots of things to do. I do like yoga and exercise at home, and I have a lot of things to study.
Mhm.
So yeah, I prepare a lot to kill time.
Okay, so that's good. So that way it's kind of like you're just getting everything done on your to-do list.
Yeah, I kind of that. Yeah, I just afraid probably I will not finish all my to-do list.
I hope you do. You will. Don't worry.
Oh
So you said you're a flight attendant. How long have you been a flight attendant?
yeah, I flew for 7 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Where about? Where have you gone? Which country
Oh
have you been?
yeah. Basically we all based in Hong Kong. So all the flight is direct flight from Hong Kong to like different cities. Like like for example, like America, we do have like LA, Boston, San Francisco, Chicago, and yeah, New York. And for Europe cities, we do have a lot of big cities like Paris, like and Milan.
Mhm.
What else? That?
That's really
But
cool.
yeah, quite a lot. I felt quite a lot of places.
Wow, that's actually really cool. Yeah. Okay, so out of all the places that you've kind of been to, which place would you say is your favorite?
Oh, I would say my favorite place. I would say for the cuisine wise, I would say I love Italian cuisine. But if like it comes to culture side, I really love New York. I love musical and museums.
Hmm. Yeah, honestly, I would have to agree with you. Italian food is so good, but the culture and the environment is amazing in New York City. It's such a how do I say it? It's just such a great place to be part of. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I really love New York. So it's very sad to see like the whole world is changing.
Yeah, no, it is it's devastating, and I really hope things get better. We've been under this pandemic for over a year now, so I really hope things start to get better, so we can all go back and we can travel and just enjoy life the way we used to.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. So did it really affect you that much as a flight attendant? I know initially all the flights were closed down, but did that affect your work at all?
Yes, it does. Because like my company really affect a lot. So because they don't have much income, say they want to cut the budget. So they ask us to sign a new contract. It's it's really impact a lot on us because our salary cut, and it's really hard because like I have based in Hong Kong. I have to wait like for example, they give us the roster for each month. So maybe
Uh-huh.
I got a whole month for standby duties, which means I cannot really go out, but I have to wait at home. But actually, they didn't give me any flight, so it's kind of a waste of time.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, and
Because
even though if I have flight, and let's say if I got flight to London, well, if I fly to London after the flight, I have to quarantine for 21 days at a hotel.
21 days?
Yeah, 21 day, which is a regulation of Hong Kong government. So it's really
Oh,
tough because even though we get vaccines and but they don't think it's still safe enough.
wow. I wasn't aware of that. I always assumed that you would have to just quarantine for 14 days and that was it. But that's an extra 7 days.
I think they really do like discrimination on London.
Oh,
I think it really depends on where the flight from. So they think London is not safe. And but if, for example, if we fly to like Taiwan, Taipei, like only they will say, oh, you just need to isolate it for 1 day.
oh my God. That's not good. That's terrible.
Yeah, I know that. But if you want to earn some much more money because we get allowance, because we get quarantine at the hotel, we do get some money. But
But it's not
instead
the same.
instead we'll be in the present.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, things need to get better. Things definitely need to change now. Like Corona needs to go. That's terrible.
Yeah, so yeah, but luckily I didn't get that kind of experience to lock down at a hotel.
Mhm.
So I just think I just tired of this. I wait for like more than 6 months. I don't have any flight. Yeah, even if I have flight only for one turn around to Taipei or to Manila, and I don't have anything to do. I don't like these kind of feelings.
No, exactly. I don't blame you because it's so it's not you don't feel stable in your job because you're kind of all over the place and you're just waiting. You're wasting your time too when you could be doing another job potentially.
Yeah, exactly. And I know things is going worse because yeah, I don't think very positively in the future. I would say that. Very sorry.
Yeah, no, no. What do you mean about that? About the
uh,
future?
I would say because like what happening in Hong Kong is most of the Hong Kong people get vaccine, but it still have a lot of confirmed cases or the virus is changed. So I think it will like keep going even though you get vaccines, but it's the virus change. You probably have to get another vaccine. It's like endless.
It's a whole cycle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like endless. I would say so. I'm not really positive about the aviation industry.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I think it's a very it's just a very uncertain time. No one knows what's going to happen to their lives. My
Yeah.
my friend, my coworker actually, and my friend, she was a flight attendant for Dubai, Emirates.
Oh
When
yeah, Emirates, nice.
Yeah, yeah, and ironically, she also was working with them for 7 years. And then when the whole pandemic happened, and everything shut down. So she ended up coming back to Toronto because she moved to Dubai.
Oh.
So she moved back to Toronto and then found another job. Because it was just so crazy what was happening.
Yeah, I also have friends who works in Emirates, but she's still working. So
So
I'm not
working.
sure. Yeah, she's still flying. I can see like they probably because their company is really fly to different places. So
Yeah, yeah,
I still see her flying to different places.
yeah. Recently my friend, her employer from Emirates, they contacted her saying that, oh, we're
Mm,
flying again, but she's already settled down in Toronto. That she moved back initially when the the pandemic happened, and she just thought, let me come back to Toronto and find
yeah.
another job here because it was so crazy what was going on, so many
Mm,
uncertainties. Yeah, yeah. So it's really sad. Honestly, it's really sad how it's just what's going on, like how we're being treated as people.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah, it's not great. But aside from that, what made you want to be a flight attendant? Because that's a really cool job. Apart from this whole COVID, what made you want to be a flight attendant?
Oh yeah, because before being a flight attendant, I was an international sales assistant. So I just sit on the office for the whole day long, like replying email, pick up phones. I just wonder if I can do something more dynamic. I can just go traveling, meet new people. Yeah, so I think that to be a flight attendant can really meet these criteria. But the funny thing is I'm very short. So I'm not really meet the standard in Taiwan, like to be a flight attendant, like typical stereotype. I only 158 centimeters, which is very short. So I know I cannot be a flight attendant in Taiwan. I definitely to like recruit from the other countries company. So I try different like companies like Singapore Airlines and what I'm working now is Cathay Pacific, which is a Hong Kong's company. So they don't really look at the appearance, like the height or if you are beautiful or what. They really just look at your personality and if you have the spirit of the teamwork. So that's why I get in. Like finally, like I have tried for 24 times.
24 times. Oh my god.
Yeah, like in total. So I also very upset because I have tried so hard to get this job, and now I kind of like stuck here. I know this is a job I used to love, but I don't think it's my perfect job anymore because our environment is changing. So I have to adapt myself to new different things as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. And as humans, we're always evolving, you know. So we always are changing. Something happens in our lives where it's a constant change. So I completely get with you, and I completely understand what you're saying. And I mean, you've done it for 7 years, so I'm sure you've had your fair share of amazing moments with,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes,
So
I did.
yeah, and I'm so sorry that you had to try that hard. I think it's really ridiculous how they look for certain criteria based on your height, the standard of beauty that they consider is acceptable, which is ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's all ridiculous. Yeah, because bottom line, as you mentioned, and that's good that your company does this, it should be your personality. It should be how you communicate with people or your spirit, because you're in a like you have like they need to understand that people aren't all happy being on a plane. Some are scared, you know. So it's always
Yeah.
reassuring to have flight attendants to calm them down or to be happy, because that shows that okay, I'm like safe, I'm in good hands. They're happy. I need to be happy too.
True.
You know? So yeah. What's one of your most memorable experiences?
Well, I do have a lot of different memorable experience.
I'm sure you do.
But usually it's not a good moment. Like for example, I did encounter like the language of the fuels of the aircraft. So actually it's my very when I was very junior, when we on ground at Auckland, the passengers say, oh, they can see like something just went out of the wing, and we say, gosh, it's fuel. It's so dangerous. So we called captain, and captain say, okay, so probably we will stay for another night, and he will call company to see if we can solve the problem or what. So for us, we already prepared. Oh, we're gonna have another night. So we are so chill, like. But suddenly, Captain Cole say the company asked to solve the problem as soon as possible, and they will not allow us to stay for another night. So we are like, okay, but like how long? We have no idea. We just wait, and you know what? We wait for 8 hours on ground.
Wow.
Oh God, we wait for 8 hours on ground. So all the passengers, I can tell how hungry they are. So what we can provide is like snacks, some cookies, but I feel very, very touched because I carry a lot of passengers. They are elderly passengers. They are more than 80 years old. They are a good of happy old men. They are so chill. They think, oh, it's nothing. If they encounter things like this, it's just faces. They don't complain at all. They didn't complain to us, and they try to cheer us up, and tell us some joke. I feel so touched because they really appreciate what we are doing. Yeah, and after 8 hours, we finally take off, and the funny thing is, we think we are going back to Hong Kong, but captain told us we are going to Manila, but don't tell passenger. Don't let them down. They have no idea. They don't fly to Hong Kong immediately because the working hour of the captains already exceeds their working hours, which is it's we have to follow the regulation of like how many hours per day.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we have to change another set of crew in Manila. So when we landed, finally the captain said we are landing in Manila. Look, it's like passenger like, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah. So but I feel really touched about those like Auckland elderly. They still very cheerful when we disembark and say goodbye to them. They like holding our hand and say, thank you so much for what we done. We try our best. So I think I really feel touched, and that's the moment I feel like, wow, that's why I want to become a flight attendant.
Yeah. No, that's me. Like aside from the little scary encounter, that's amazing that you had that interaction with your passengers and how that made you feel. Because bottom line, it's not only the captain who's heroic. The flight attendants are all heroic. They're all risk takers. You do sacrifice a lot to be on that plane and ensure the safety of your passengers. So no, honestly, it's amazing what you guys do. So you should be very happy about that. Yeah, you should feel proud.
Yeah, but you know, because usually if we delay like more than 30 minutes, passenger always get angry and shut on us, but not this flight. Even it's like 8 hours delay. So I'm very surprised.
Yeah, no, that's true because there are some not so pleasant people
Yeah.
who are just I don't know why mean to whomever, like I don't know. So that's really good that the spirit was good, that everyone was cheered, that everyone was not mean during that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, that's good that nothing happened because that would have been scary with the aircraft situation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's if the situation is really like emergency, like once I have a flight, we going to New York, and
Mhm.
after some 30 minutes after takeoff, and Captain Cole say, well, we have some technical problem. We have to go back to Hong Kong immediately. I was saying like, what? My musical. Oh, I was so sad because I was playing everything, where to visit, where to eat. So
Oh.
my whole plan crashed. But yeah, but it's happened.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. Wow. That must be scary. But in how long do you have to train to be a flight attendant?
Well, I would say like including like safety and service is about like 2 months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but
And,
we have to refresh every year.
mhm. And
Yeah,
how,
yeah.
yeah, as you're saying,
Sorry, I would say like each refresh, I would say it's really scary because everyone is so nervous. Like, oh, we have to study and answer the question and do the mock up. We have to like pretend like, oh, there's a fire and how to operate the door, and we have to shut the command. If we shut the wrong command, our instructor will look at us and say, do again.
um, that's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, you know what? That's really cool that you're a flight attendant. I think that's really cool.
Thanks.
No, of course, of course. So on that note, what I'm gonna do is, because today's lecture is on why we forget, like why we forget things. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna watch the video first, and then I'm gonna have some questions for you.
All right.
Okay? Let me.
Okay.
Hey there. Welcome to Life Nugget. The brain is a pretty cool organ, but sometimes it can fail us, like when we forget someone.
So, sorry, I didn't hear the sound. No,
You can't hear it at all?
I can't hear at all.
The brain is a pretty
Okay.
cool organ,
You can hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
but sometimes it can fail us, like when we forget someone's name or blank on a test. But how can someone just forget something like that? Well, to start off, I want you to imagine what a penny looks like. You're probably imagining Abraham Lincoln looking off to the right and that the coin is copper. But you probably didn't recall the phrase above the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the penny. If you did, congrats. But the reason we may have not remembered every single aspect of the coin is because, frankly, it doesn't matter. All we need to know is how to distinguish a penny from any other coin, so we only remember the important parts and store them in our long-term memory. All of the small details of any experience, like you watching this video, for example, are combined into one event in your brain's hippocampus. You are essentially a network of neurons that records the association linked to the memory. And any of those associations, like hearing the name Blacko, can bring back that memory. But problems arise when there is more than one memory associated with a given cue. If you ever met someone who looks like an old friend, it may be difficult to remember this new person's name because that face already has some other meaning to you, and the memories are interfering with each other. Decay theory states that a memory slowly fades over time if it's not rehearsed often. So if you do not frequently think about something, you'll forget it. It makes sense, but you also have to be paying attention in the first place if you ever want to recall that information. So what is something that you always forget? Did you forget it? I'm terrible with birthdays, but luckily Facebook is there to save the day. Speaking of which, if you want to, you can follow me on there. As usual, I'll be answering a new question every Thursday, so ask anything.
Okay. So Alicia, what did you think about this video? What thoughts are coming up in your mind?
I would say, yeah, I do forget things.
Yeah. That's human.
Like, yeah. And what funny thing is it's make an example about the coins, the pattern of the coins. I will say, yeah, exactly. I don't remember it. I won't remember it.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that like even I would remember it myself. I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's it's a coin,
Yeah.
So on that note, because you are always flying and constantly going from different cities or countries, how would you say has that affected your memory at all, or did you ever feel foggy? I don't know. Have you heard that term before, foggy?
Foggy, I know it's like mist.
Yeah, kind of like mist, but it's something in your it's like a term that sometimes that when you feel like you're not able to concentrate properly for a
Oh
long period of
yeah,
time, you feel a bit foggy, thinking that okay, something's not like wrong, like mentally. It's more so that you're just there's too much going on in your brain, and you can't process everything. And there can be so many factors. Sleep or stress can can be some of those factors because you're flying everywhere. How has your sleep schedule changed?
yeah, exactly. I would say like because we have different flight, and sometimes I will like uh remember something wrongly, like oh, it should be happen in this flight, but I think it's another flight.
Yeah, yeah,
Or it's like it should be happen in London, but I think oh, it's in Amsterdam.
yeah,
Where each time we when we stay at the hotel, I would think, oh yeah, I think I know I have lived here, I have stayed here before. I know where is the hair dryer is. And turns out I don't remember.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you're constantly changing locations, cities. That must you can't like you can try your best to, but sometimes you forget certain things, and that's okay too. We're all human.
Yeah.
But how has your sleep schedule changed? How did you manage your sleep schedule? Because I know with the time zones, it could mess up your cycle.
Yeah, very, very true. Because when I was junior, I really take advantage of the what I have time to go out. So
Yeah.
I don't when we arrive at the hotel, I don't really sleep. I just go out immediately,
Okay.
and which is very bad because physically it's very bad on our body. We should sleep because like even though we have the rest period in flight, but it's not enough. We don't really rest well. So and after a few years, when I got old, I became senior.
Yeah.
What I do, the first thing is sleep. So the better way is to sleep with your original time zone. That is the most good way. But it really depends. If I have an appointment with my friends in like for example in LA, I will just follow the local time. Like I will eat with the local timing, like lunchtime. I will just follow the local time. But some crew they will follow the Hong Kong time, even though it's opposite, totally opposite. So, but
Mhm.
they think it's the best to adjust their sleeping time because they won't get affected when they fly back to Hong Kong.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Okay.
for me, I really just go with the flow. If I feel very sleepy, I will just rest. But if I have some things to do, I will just like, I will just okay, hang in there. I can do it. Don't sleep. Go out shopping. We'll go sightseeing.
Yeah, yeah. So what's your technique to do that? Because sometimes even like you mentioned, if you were in LA, you try to follow their time, so you would
Yeah.
sleep when it's nighttime. Now, what is your technique? Because your body is adjusted to a certain different time zone, and now you're put into an LA time zone. So what technique do you use, or how do you not sleep if you are sleepy during that time? Do you have something that you do, or do you just drink coffee and push through?
Yeah, I have to drink coffee. It's not really a technique. If once I go out, you have to be very aware. So you are not you are sleepy, but you know I'm already out, so you are focused on what I'm going to do. But if I am in a hotel, I will sleep. If I'm very sleepy, I'll just sleep, no matter it's daytime or nighttime.
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, even if you were to take a quick power nap, that probably helps too. For like 10-20 minutes of quick power nap, I'm sure that helps a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. That helps a lot. So is there, because my friend, what she told me, what she used to do, she would drink a lot of green tea on the flight just to with the aviation, and it helps
Oh,
with it helps with the hormones, and just to make sure you're being nourished because you're all the way up in the sky, so you are losing that bit of the pressure difference. She said that she would drink a lot of green tea. Is that something that is common?
Oh, well, it's the first thing I heard. But yeah, green tea is very a good tea. But
Okay, yeah.
my favorite is English tea, but
Oh,
but it really depends. But green
oh,
tea is a
you like
it's
English
good
tea?
one. I like English tea.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of English tea. I like green tea more.
Green tea is really good for health. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's really good for health. Yeah, I guess the reason why I'm not a fan of English tea, it's not bad. It's just I don't like putting sugar in my tea, so then it's very bitter.
Oh yeah, but I do like the black tea. I don't add any sugar
Yeah,
or at all. Yeah.
yeah. That's really cool. Okay, yeah, that's an England thing.
Yeah. Hope so. I
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
England.
Yeah, it's an England thing. No, that's really cool. But yeah, that's what she told me. What in Emirates they told all the flight attendants to always have like green tea to keep them nourished with the antioxidants because it's good for your body. So she always she would drink so much green tea to make sure her body was getting the nutrients because of the the air difference.
Yeah, true. And I believe Emerald provide is a good quality green tea.
Oh yeah, because it's expensive. It's so expensive flying in Emirates. So she got some good treatment.
I think so. I do believe so.
Yeah, she was treated really well. Yeah, she had a great experience flying there because it's Emirates. So she was always exposed to celebrities. So I always heard of cool stories from her. She goes, "I saw this actor, I saw that actor." They were Indian actors, but it was really cool.
Oh wow. Oh yes, yes. Sometimes we really like will carry the famous person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has
So
it ever happened to you guys?
oh yeah. Oh, but
Yeah.
I forgot her name. You know Sex and City?
Oh yeah, yeah. No way. Which
Yeah, but
actor?
yeah, the brown hair, the long hair one,
Long.
Charlotte.
Oh wow.
You know she actually I think she is almost 50, but oh my gosh, she looks still so young. I cannot believe like how she keep her figure so well. Yeah,
Is
that's her. That's
this one
her.
Sarah?
She's yeah, Christy. Yeah, that is.
Oh wow. I am so jealous. You met her.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, it's her. It's like from my memories, because like you watched because you look so young. Probably it's not your generation.
No, no, no. I haven't seen the movie because my mom said it's not something you should watch because of the name when I was younger. But I've heard about this movie a lot. Yeah. I have never
Oh
seen it.
yeah, because it have a series like when I was pretty young. I watched all the series, so I have oh my god. When
Yeah,
she just in front of me, I cannot believe it.
Oh,
She's quite small.
really?
Than I think. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. Wow. You must have been so excited.
Yeah, everyone is so excited. Even our in-flight service manager. I would think, oh, we should be professional. We should not like to bother her, like because we're serving business class.
Of
But
course, of
I
course.
I just saw my leader. She was like so excited. So, oh, Mrs. Christine, can you give me a signature? I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh
So
my God.
after she's asking for the signature, every crew asks for the signature.
They all line up. They all line up.
Yeah, all line up. But she is so nice. She didn't like pretend like no, like she's like, oh sure. I really like her personality.
That's really good. I really like that too when they're so kind and they're not mean because it
Yeah,
shows that that they're willing to do anything for their fans because they are because of their fans. Yeah.
exactly. Cause like like son of the Asian like actors or actresses, not they are not so famous at all, but they think they are famous. So what they pretend is like, oh God, like they pretend they are the king or they are the queen. Well, I was like, "Oh, who are you?"
Yeah, no, yeah, I feel like you should always be humble, you know, because in the end, we're the ones who make you who you are, you know. So, so
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's really cool. You had a cool experience.
Oh, and thanks for asking, because if you didn't ask, I won't recall these memories.
See, that's good. That is good. I'm glad I asked. Now you're probably like remembering more stories now
Yeah,
your
yeah, I did have a great moment,
yeah.
which made me cry.
Happy tears. Happy tears. No, that's a great. Now, on that note of memory, would you, because there's many causes of how we can have memory losses, and
Yeah.
some of them, you know, this is very sad to say, but as we age, we tend to forget more, which is so sad. But yeah, you know, aging is a factor. Alcohol can play a big factor. There's some diseases called Alzheimer's, dementia, or you know, if you get into a car accident and there's a trauma, head injury. So there's so many different um, you know, causes of memory loss.
Yeah.
So with regards to what technique would you say has helped you to remember? Let's say if you're studying for an exam, what technique do you do to remember the material, not only for short term, but for long term purposes? Because I'm sure um, what you learned in your training to become a flight attendant,
Yeah.
to make sure you knew the material for the long term.
True. I think it's a nice way to repeat, like you read a sentence where you read a article, you read it, but you not really like remember.
Comprehending it,
Yeah, so I will try to read out. If I can understand what I'm reading, so as my brain, if I don't even understand what I'm reading, so which means I don't really get apprehensive of this article. Yeah, so I will try to read after what I study.
Would you say you quiz yourself then, from what you read in an article, and then you try to recall that memory? Would you quiz yourself that, okay, in this article it mentioned that blah blah blah? Like, do you try to do that?
Oh yeah, sometimes I will do that. Where if like, let's say if I read a like a maybe like regulation, something like that.
Yeah,
I just read every single word. Yeah, I just speak out. I speak out every single word. If I really understand what I speaking, so as so I can probably will remember it.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah. Also, you can just write it down after you, if you think you remember and test yourself, you just write it down again.
Yeah, no, that's a good technique. That's even what I do too. I use spaced repetition a lot. Where if, let's say if I'm studying, like let's say exactly what you were saying, if I'm reading an article, then I'll recall the memory on, okay, this article mentioned XYZ, and then the next day I will still repeat that in my head, and then I'll look back into the article to make sure that, okay, I'm correctly reciting what was said. So I even do that too, and I always write things down. I know with writing things down, it actually stays longer in your brain because you're physically writing it. Another thing that actually I don't know, it's been starting to get really common. Have you heard of Quizlet?
A Quizlet? No.
Quizlet. It's a software where you can create flashcards virtually. So it's something like
okay.
Yeah, it's something like this where you just I even have created some for biology and whatnot. but it's sort of a flashcard system where you make your own flashcards and then you can quiz yourself throughout the day. So that way you don't
Oh,
have to write it out. And there's even you can learn, you can spell it out, you can even test yourself too. So it'll generate a test. So you can test yourself and it kind of times you. So that's something that's really cool that you can do for remembering the material, and it's really common. I was introduced in college, or actually in high school, on Quizlet because I used to make flashcards and I would write it all out. But I'm one of those people that if my handwriting is ugly, I will rip it and start again.
wow, that's
So
nice.
yeah, it saves time. It saves time for sure. Let me think. Another thing now, I'm sure you've noticed this. Sometimes there's actually supplements or medicine that you can take to
Oh
enhance
yeah.
your memory. Or a natural way would be, I don't know if you've heard this, if you eat almonds, it'll help with your memory.
Yeah, we also believe that.
Okay, yeah, because I'm Indian and we believe that a lot. My mom said that you should always eat almonds. It'll increase your memory for your exams. As a little kid, my mom used to tell me that. And I always thought, Mom, that doesn't make sense. You know, I was a 5-year-old kid or 7.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
almond is tasty though.
Oh, I
It's
love it. It's so good.
it's a good excuse.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. It's a good excuse for sure. But there are other supplements, such as I know fish oil is like a supplement of fish oil
Oh yeah.
because of the omega 3, the fatty
Yeah.
acids, it helps with your memory. Would you think by taking a not a natural supplement, for example, like fish oil, do you think that's beneficial to take if you're losing your memory naturally, losing it naturally, not if you have a disease such as dementia or Alzheimer's?
Actually, I do take some supplements, but I'm not really sure if like really work on if it really works. But I feel better if I take it.
Feel better?
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a more mental things. Like, oh, I believe I will get good effect because I taking so many. Oh, I have a lot of medicine. Oh gosh, so many.
Yeah.
Can you see me? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see you.
I guess I have so many. I have so many supplements. I said, oh, I definitely need to take it every single day during my quarantine. So punctually. So
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's like if you believe they really works, then it works.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's also a placebo effect.
Yeah.
Placebo effect where I'm not saying that the supplements aren't working. This is just another thought that sometimes, for example, let's say I have a headache and I think, okay, if I take Tylenol, my headache will go away. Sometimes it's your brain doing it. Even if you take it, because Tylenol, it takes about, I would say, like 20 to 30 minutes to kick in. But then your brain will be like, okay, I have Tylenol, I don't have a headache anymore, even though it is working. But there was a study a while ago that showed they gave some people Tylenol and then they gave some people a sugar pill, so like a placebo effect. And both parties, even the individuals who didn't have Tylenol, said that they felt better because they took Tylenol. Yeah, so sometimes it could be a placebo effect, but if you are taking supplements, I think they should be working because it's always nourishing your body. Even I take supplements too. I take fish oil, and I take vitamins, daily vitamins for your body because I'm a vegetarian, so I don't. I don't eat meat, so I lack some of that nutrients.
I see.
Yeah, but I think they're working too. Now, would you say? I know this might be getting into so much science base, but would you say individuals who have dementia, which is a neurological disease that happens to individuals, which is really sad. Would you say if they were to take fish oil supplements or eat lots of almonds, do you think that would be any that beneficial to their memory loss?
I'm not sure about the meaning of the dementia.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me write it down right here. So dementia is it's a memory loss that happens,
Oh,
and it can happen naturally. You know, sometimes it is linked to that linked to genetics, but it's something that as you age, you forget. And now when you forget, you really forget. Like, let's say I had this discussion with you today. Tomorrow, I won't even remember who you are. I won't even remember that we had this discussion.
oh,
It's like that. Or my parents, I won't even remember that they're my parents. I would be like, who are you? It's that severe where you forget a lot and you won't recall it back. Or sometimes it'll come back to you, be like, oh, that's my brother. Oh, that's my parents. And then 5 minutes later, who are you?
oh, I understand. Oh, there is a movie like you know, there's a girl, she had an accident and she fall in love with one guy and she forgot after that day, and that guy have to like make her fall in love with him every single day. You know that movie?
It's Channing Tatum was in that movie.
Yeah.
I wanna search it up. That was a really good movie. It was a sad movie, but it was a good movie.
Yeah,
Was,
but the ending is a happy ending though.
Yeah, the ending was happy. Oh, The Vow. It was The Vow. That's what it was. It was this movie. Yeah, the ending was really cute.
Yeah, that is so cute. It's so cute.
Yeah, that was so cute. Oh, I'm recalling my memory now of the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that was a really cute movie. It was really sad what happened because of how she forgot everything. So you know what? That's really good, Aisha, how you connected those two things. That's really good.
Oh yeah, I just think about I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, because that's exactly what happened to her in that movie, and it was really sad. But unfortunately, that happens to our brains. As powerful as our brains are, sometimes certain accidents can deteriorate our brain.
Yeah. So I don't think those people, if they take their supplement, can really help.
Yeah, no, I agree with you too. I think it's more other things that they would have to take, like other medicines that they have to take. But honestly, from there hasn't really been much research on what supplements really would work.
Yeah.
As of right now, unfortunately, dementia isn't. They haven't found a cure as to why this happens, unfortunately. And that even goes to. Do you know what Alzheimer's is?
I think it's like happen in elder people. Is it?
No. Alzheimer's is same thing as dementia.
Okay. Oh.
But it's a little bit different. It's the same thing. Like you forget as you age, you'll forget everything.
Yeah.
And it gets really, really bad. So it's in the same linkage. Those two things, like there's no cure or cause that scientists and doctors have found as to why this happens to us.
Yeah, that's so sad because like my grandparents, they do have the Alzheimer's, which is very bad. You feel sorry to see that how they behave.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And they look like 5 years old, and well, it's so sad. They don't remember anyone, and their personality changed. It's so sad.
It is really sad. So I'm into the medical field, and I'm currently a student, and we get patients that come in, and one of my patients, he has dementia. So it's really sad because throughout the appointment that he comes in, when the doctor and I are there, he'll forget. He'll forget in 10 minutes or in 5 minutes what we're talking about or what we're doing. So it is really sad to see individuals like this, you know? It really makes me sad.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. It's
well, so you will be a doctor in the future?
hopefully, fingers crossed.
You
Hopefully,
will. Oh God,
I'm
you're incredible.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still I haven't gone into medical school. I'm still applying, but right now I'm a student I'm a student working at a clinic right now.
Oh,
So,
I see.
yes. So
So
let's see.
do you need to do like volunteer job to assist for the COVID things?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. I didn't I applied for volunteering, but because of COVID and how strict everything is, I didn't get selected for doing the COVID screening and volunteering for that.
Mm.
But I work in a sports related injury. So I get patients who come in dealing with sports, or I get elder patients that come in dealing with either Alzheimer's or pain that they are experiencing in their body. So, but
Wow.
we have to be very safe. We have to wear a mask, gloves on,
Yeah.
goggles sometimes, and we have to make sure we're dressed properly because with everything going on right now. So we are taking the correct measures. Yeah.
Well, that's an amazing job. I would say we very appreciate what you guys do.
Yeah. Aw, thank you. Honestly, it goes the same way. We appreciate what you do too. You guys are also the heroes in this. No.
Thank you, but I don't have any duties so far.
But you've been doing it for quite some time. So honestly, hats off to you too, because you're risking your life daily to be up in the sky, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. But you know, I love flying. I always love traveling. I think it's amazing the adrenaline pump you get flying up is so cool.
So which city is your favorite?
So I haven't traveled outside of. I've only been in. I'm Canadian, so I've traveled within Canada everywhere, and I'm from Toronto. If you can see the CN Tower.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So I'm from Toronto, but I did study in Florida. So I've traveled everywhere in America, and then I've gone to India because I'm Indian, so I've gone to India. But I want to go to Europe, and I want to go to Asia, and I want to travel more. So hopefully, once everything gets better, I can do that more.
Sure. And I also miss Indian cuisine because I used to fly to. We do have like Delhi, Bombay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the curry, Indian curry cuisine. Wow, it's the best.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I know. So which city are you from originally?
Originally, so
I mean your parents.
Oh yeah, my parents. They're from. Do you know Gujarat? So
No, I don't know.
Okay, so it's northern India. So my parents are from Gujarat. It's near. They live near Delhi and Mumbai area.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I heard it's very spicy. It's close to North Place, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, no. North India and South India, the food is different. The style that they make is different, but the spice, it's always spicy. Everything is spicy.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, we love our spices. If the food is not spiced, we're not going to eat it.
So do you cook?
I do. My mom, she's a great cook, so I hope one day I can be a great cook like her because she knows how to make everything. But I'm learning because I've always been in like studying for school, so I never had time to really learn. But now as I've gone older, I've learned how to make some foods, and I'm proud of myself. It's turning out good.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like cooking, so it's a fun. It's therapeutic. It's nice to cook.
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult to make Indian food. You have to
It
add so many like different spice.
It is. It takes time. It takes 2, 3 hours just to make a meal. So even longer sometimes too. I remember I made this curry and it took three and a half hours to make because you have to chop
Oh,
everything, you have to blend it, you have to marinate it, and then you have to cook it, and then you have to change the timing. So it takes a while.
wow. Wow. I have no idea. It takes so long time.
Yeah, it takes a really long time to cook. So now once I started cooking, I appreciated my mom way more. I said, Mom, thank you, because whenever I want to eat something, you make it right away. And you spend so many hours making it and you never complain. So thank you.
Well, that's so sweet. I believe your mom is so happy you say that.
Oh yeah, she is. Because you know how moms are. They love when their kids eat their food.
Yeah,
They love it.
exactly.
Yeah, they love it. They love it. Yeah. Do you like cooking?
Actually, I try to cook. I'm not really a good cook, but
I'm
during
not either. I'm
yeah, but
learning.
during quarantine, it's a good way to like practice your cooking skills. So
Yeah.
yeah, I cook every single meals by myself. Sometimes I find it's interesting. Just I Google the recipe if I
Yeah.
interest to do. So if I make it successfully, I feel proud.
Yeah, I know, don't you? Because it's like, wow, I made that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I can do that. Whoa.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because that's how I felt too when I first made my first Indian meal. I was
Mhm.
like, wow, it tastes good, and I did that. So
You
that's
should be
great.
very proud of yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You should be. Yeah, you should definitely be very proud of yourself. Yeah, that's good. What's some of your favorite meals that you like to cook?
Well, actually, I cook is very simple stuff. It's like
Okay, that's
Korean
okay.
like Korean style like kimchi
Kimchi
hot
is
pot.
so
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You just put everything inside and make a kimchi soup. It turns out great.
Yeah, kimchi is so good.
Yeah, I know. It's easy. If you
Huh?
just buy a can of the kimchi and you can just put everything. It's go with everything.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Because I know it's as vegetarians you can eat kimchi, and so I tried it and I thought it was great. Yeah, kimchi is really
Yeah, also it's spicy. That's why you love it.
good. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's spicy for sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's, discussion. I wanted to make it a little bit of a conversational, so I'd like to incorporate what we learned. And now I'm sure you recalled your memory and some happy moments. I wanted to make it like a little conversation way. So I hope you enjoyed today's lecture.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much. I did enjoy the conversation.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I got to meet you. You're such a lovely person, and I hope to see you in my future classes as well.
Sure, sure, of course. I will see you very soon.
Yep, yep, you will. Well, do you have any questions for me before we wrap up today's class?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Well, enjoy your quarantining 10 more days. Hopefully they go by quickly, and hopefully you can get back into your work routine.
Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure I will.
Yeah, no, I think you will too. You will too, and stay safe too. Stay safe too.
You too.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. It was nice meeting you.
Goodbye. Sure. Goodbye.